Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next answer copy of our aim for agriculture series. So as you all know that we are having aim for agriculture series in which we are having daily answer writing practice and weekly full tests. So today we are going to discuss the answer copies of day 47. We have already discussed the answer copies till day 46. So we will see what were the questions asked in day 47 and how the student has approached the answer. And by analyzing these types of questions, you can also enhance your answer writing practice. You can get to know about certain insights of answer writing, such as how to introduce, how to conclude, how to write certain points, how to use diagrams at when required, how to structure your answer. So all these things can be very helpful to you. So let's start. So the first question is what is hysteresis and discuss the causes. So what hysteresis is? It is the phenomenon where soil's water retention and release behavior differs during process of wetting, swelling and drying. We all know that all the soil wet and dry. So it generally gives an account of the behavior, how it differs while wetting and drying. You can see a good diagram has been also drawn, okay, where everything has been nicely mentioned about sandy soil, loamy soil, clay soil. So wetting and drying have been mentioned. So you can pause the video and you can see the diagrams in detail. You can read anything if you want to. Now let's move to the causes why hysteresis takes place. Okay. So causes are generally due to soil mineral composition. What is the composition of soil? Either it is silt, so it is sandy, it is clay, or different types of another minerals. What is the parent material of soil? Everything has a certain effect on it. Okay. Pore size distribution, it is an important point because pores have the through pores we get the idea of the water retention and how much water can be retained by the soil, how much water is going flowing throughout the soil without the retention. So all these things can be seen. I will be just discussing the points in brief only. So if you want to read all the answers and read the points, you can simply pause the video and read it. Next, we have capillary forces. Obviously, they will have a effect on the wetting and drying process. Okay, we can see during wetting water enter the pores driven by capillary action, while during drying stronger forces are required to remove the water due to adhesion of mineral surface. Obviously, adhesion, capillary action, these all have a certain kind of impact. Soil structure alteration is another thing. If the soil structure is altered, there will be some things on it. Okay, for example, in vertisols or black cotton soil, it is generally kind of clay soil only. Clay has properties of clay soil, but has a different structure as compared. Entrapment of air, how much air is entrapped, also has a thing on it. Okay, what happens, because many times when air gets trapped into soil pores, it reduces the soil's ability to absorb water fully in poor drainage soil. So these are the few of the things we should know, and I think you have paused the video at several intervals and read the answers. That could be helpful to you. Now let's move to the second question. The next question is, discuss the status of unemployment and disguised unemployment in India. So what we all know what unemployment is and what is disguised unemployment. Suppose there is a work which can be easily done by two persons, but still due to a huge number of manpower that work is done by five persons. So here you can say these are employed but not perfectly employed. So for them the term is used, that is disguised unemployment. Okay, and these are the common things in Indian agriculture. We all know that around 50% of our population is directly or indirectly employed into the primary sector, or you can say agriculture sector. Okay, and how much GDP it contributes? Only around 15%. And most of the field, especially when you visit the villages, you will see this thing only, that the work is less but the manpower involved in the work is more. That is common example of disguised employment in agriculture, which is a very concerning problem. That is what I was discussing. High dependency of on agriculture is there. 17 to 80% GDP and more than 40% of Indian workforce is engaged in it. Okay, especially the states like Bihar, UP have a high amount of farmers working for a small field. There is huge marginalization of field. Once this amount of field was cultivated by one farmer, but due to marginalization, this amount of field is cultivated by now five farmers, six farmers. So all these are the problem. Seasonal unemployment, because you all know that agriculture is practiced in a certain season only, and there will be some time where we will be have nothing to do, and that time we are completely unemployed. So that is the problem, rural unemployment. So all the things have been well mentioned. You can simply pause the videos and read it. Again, secondly, disguised employment have been mentioned. Overcrowding of utility is there. Fragmented land owning, just we just discussed. Underemployment is there. So all these things are the problems. And I think a well written answer, everything has been well mentioned. Some examples have been also given. So you can simply pause and read it. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, differentiate between cyclic and non-cyclic electron transport system, that is ETS system, in photosynthesis. Also give arguments supporting oxygen involved in photosynthesis comes from water. Okay, so good question. So we will see the difference between ETS and non-ETS first. So ETS, we all know that it is photosystem one, and it is a cyclic it is a cyclic pathway. For it will start from PS1 and come to PS1. But in non-ETS it is not a cyclic fast pathway. Electron move from PS2 to PS1. Now, photosystems involved has been also mentioned. Oxygen evolution is mentioned in cyclic one. There is oxygen is not involved, but in non-cyclic one, oxygen is involved. And DPH formation has been mentioned. Then ATP formation have been mentioned. Then we see that electron donors have been mentioned, that electrons are recycled back to PS1, and here H2 acts as the initial electron donor. Electron acceptor have been mentioned. Functions of those electrons have been mentioned. And secondly, through the diagram, the student has made it very easy to understand. You can see whenever you add diagrams in these types of answers, it certainly enhances your answers. So very well made diagram and a very good written answer. Now the second part of the question is, what are the arguments supporting oxygen evolution in photosynthesis? So we all know that isotopic labeling experiment was done, in which oxygen 18 isotope was labeled, and during the experiment it was, you can see the formula here, it was observed that the oxygen which came from it was water only. Okay. Hill reaction is another experiment which was done, through which we can know it. Mechanism of photosynthesis, through various mechanisms you can see that the oxygen is released as byproduct of water only. And a well written answer, and everything has been well discussed. And I will just finish because I don't know from where this music is now getting very louder. So that is all for today. If you like it, please press the like button. If you uh, uh, if please do share and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis, and if you like, share, subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you. Please do like, please do share, and please do subscribe. Thank you.